I flew across the country to meet my inspiration.
That's him. It's literally him.
And face my biggest fear. This is what happened. What's in this box is big, both literally and figuratively. But first, I need to get inside because it's actually downpouring. Oh my god. What on earth? Well, looks like I got out in just the nick of time. And that's good because what's inside of this box is important. It's valuable. Within it lies the story of me attempting to face one of my biggest fears. Actually, first, let me tell you how I got here. It's 2018, my friend is visiting Disney World and he sends me this photo. I open it up and I look at it and I don't know what you think, but I think it's the coolest art I've ever seen. Naturally, I want one for my wall too, but being a student, my budget is like Rhode Island. Tiny. Still, I become obsessed. I scour the internet to find out who made it. Supersonic Modern by a guy named Michael Murphy. I'm literally in paradise. I scroll through hundreds of paintings that were just like the monorail one, wishing I could get each one. I make them my wallpaper, I try painting them myself. Eventually I just printed all these out a while ago. They've kind of accumulated. I just love the paintings, but they're kind of out of my budget. This one is probably my favorite. Just so simple, but obviously it didn't turn out very well. Like there's like these lines. I feel like after following Supersonic Modern for so long, I have to see the actual ones. I wonder if he has a gallery. San Francisco, Saturdays 1 to 5. Wait, hold on. My family is literally going on a trip to California in like 2 weeks, and we're going to San Francisco for 1 day. And the 1 day we're going to be in San Francisco is a Saturday, and we're going to be there like Supersonic Modern. I'm going to be there. 9 days. We start in LA, spend most of the time there, drive towards San Francisco, spend a night in a little coastal town, then fly out of San Francisco, the target. That's where the gallery is. I went over the plan over and over in my head. And if I'm going to come all this way to see some art, maybe I should buy some too. And if I was going to get a painting, it would have to be this one, Palm Springs. But thinking about it, I realized I've never actually been to Palm Springs. It is supposed to be upwards of 108 degrees. That's gonna be great. I was reading about the statue, and apparently everyone's mad about it because it's sexist and promotes this. But Palm Springs doesn't want to take it down. So, take a look at this. And there it is. This is the almighty Palm Springs Welcome Center. A little bit different from the picture. Not quite as red. The mountains are supposed to be over there. It's backwards. Or maybe it's facing this direction. I don't know, but there's trees this way. But it's crazy. It's beautiful. So I've put a secret message on the back of this. So I just put it in somewhere at the Palm Springs Welcome Center. Hopefully it'll stay. And if you find it, DM me on Instagram at Sparkpass what the secret message is. I'll give you a prize. Now I've really hyped up this artwork, but as I drove back to LA, I realized I still had one big problem. Since the early days of this channel, I've had a goal. It's what my ideal video looks like. But the thought of it always just scared me. I wasn't actually trying to do it. It's a video with interviews and real people actually there in front of me. Walking up to strangers, asking questions, and recording their answers. I can barely even call people, let alone do a full interview with someone. But I knew if one day I actually did one and posted on this channel, I would have truly made the best video I could and face a fear that probably greatly cripples my potential. So as things we know we should do go, when I started this channel, I did the polar opposite. I didn't show my face, and I was honestly barely even ready to use my voice after hiding behind the facade of a quote Instagram page for years, which is a whole nother story for another day. But here's the thing. My older brother, who had watched me grow this channel from the start and knew what I wanted to do with it, said that this trip had to be the time I faced my fear. I had to interview the man behind Supersonic Modern. Now I planned to just go in and look at some pieces of paper and be like, oh, that's cool, and then leave. Maybe I'd have a painting in my hand, but not much else.
Just because you came all the way here doesn't mean you buy anything.
I absolutely did not want to do an interview. But as my plan to visit the gallery developed, my family kept saying that I had to do it. They knew my dreams and wanted me to actualize them, but I wasn't going to. What would I even ask? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do this. Is this even an interesting video? Should I even do this? I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. There it is, right there.
Where?
That's him.
What?
It's literally.
We said we gotta drive into San Francisco so we could see your shop.
That was in 2000. Oh, you can't publish it. It's just consumer action.
Yeah, I saw it on TV. I can't remember. They were doing the Harvey Korman, I think was his name. Like the tires and things.
So what kind of film are you interested in? Anything at this point?
Mostly like documentary.
Oh, nice.
So,
Cool.
yeah, I don't know specifically, but
Sure.
just kind of documentary. I like
General
just
direction.
being around people, hearing people's stories.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't know, because you came here, if you would be interested in doing just like a little interview, if you wanted to. I was
Yeah,
thinking-
sure. Yeah, I'm here all day. So.
Okay.
I printed all these.
And I've never been to Palm Springs.
Truly made the best video I could.
Hi, my name is Michael Murphy, and this is my gallery. It's called SupersonicModern.com. I have two types of work, digital prints and original paintings. This all started due to a lack of architectural work in 2008. I'd returned here from London, and so I missed a lot of the architecture here, and I started reimagining these buildings that were all around us. And in the 60s, there was an illustrator, his name was David Klein, and he always had an airplane, a TWA airplane, in his images. And so that's where I got that from. But I've just sort of painted what I knew, which is architecture with some theming based on sort of airline ephemera. Before I knew it, people were interested in it. 5 years ago, I was approached by Disney to do work for them and put some work in their gallery, the Wondergrounds Gallery. I believe that's how you saw my work, which is really cool. And they asked me back, which was like a big thing too. They didn't just like, yeah, okay, we're thanks, we'll call you. I realized that I was making as much of a salary as I was working as an architect. Obviously, 2020 was a disaster, but other than that, it's been going really well. It's like any job, I guess. If you don't like, the subject or the goal that you're working towards, then the work becomes harder. I guess my greatest goal would be to get to the point where people are, asking like, what's next? So, not there yet, but working on it.
What would you say to any other aspiring artist?
To do it, you don't have to do it full time. The people that I really admire, and some of them I don't even like their work, but they're dedicated to it. That applies to everybody, in my opinion. Do it.
3 years ago when I started this channel, I never thought I'd do this, but I did. And to commemorate me facing my fear, my brother bought me the painting.
You're a nice brother.
Thank you, Mark, for that. And thank you even more for just pushing me to grow. You're always great for that. Thank you. thank you. I don't want to waste this moment and your investment in me. Of course, the painting will be a reminder of what I need to do to grow, but just thinking about what I'm about to say is kind of making my stomach drop. I feel like I just have to do it, and I would regret it if I don't. So I've decided for the rest of 2021, I'm going to interview at least one person every month, and then tell you what I've learned from them and post a video about it. Let's keep this momentum going, and here's what's inside that box. It's the painting. This video isn't sponsored or anything, I just really like Michael's work, and if you want to check out Supersonic Modern for yourself, you can. I'll put the link in my description. And if you could, please think about subscribing to the channel. Alright, peace. Well, here I'll stay for a while at least, and it'll serve as a reminder of what you can do if you just do what you really want to do. You just start.